punchline.
That's right, I'm Frank Nicotero, and the show starts right now. Super Bowl week, woo! That's right, showgirls, baby. Me and showgirls. That's how I roll in Vegas. Yes. I'm like Nomi Malone. It's Versailles. Yeah. That's a deep cut movie reference right there. Ann, you get that one? Okay. All right, moving on. If you know what movie I was quoting, put it in the live comments and I'll shout you out. Hello and welcome to Punchlines, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And oh, you can sense around town that Super Bowl 58 is only 5 days away right down the street. Last night, me and Jeff Parles, our host of Sports by the Book, went down to the stadium for opening night and shot some footage, which will come up later in the show. Later on the show, via video, Super Niner super fan Tom McClain, comedian Tom McClain, who told us that wonderful story about being flown to Vegas to see Cher in the front row at the recording of her DVD. And later, sitting in the studio, our play-by-play man, our graduate of a high school also in Pittsburgh, Matt Neverett, will be here. But we have Jeff Parles, who I was with last night for quite some time. We had a good time going to the stadium. He is live right now at Radio Row. So you guys, we're going to throw to Jeff. Jeff, what's happening?
Hey, Frank. It's good to see you.
Nice.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to at least show you around real quick before I get going on a hit of my own, because I need to show you something that's out here. I'm walking from the center of the ring right now. I'll let it flip to show you how good it is.
Oh, man.
We lost him.
We lost him.
Is that, did he play the tape?
Tuesday.
He's trying.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost it because he was walking around.
But Jeff was live at Radio Row, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. You saw him there. You see the banners in the background. We're bringing it to you live. We'll do it live. Is he back? Oh. We're back.
All right.
And we're back.
Jeff?
Turn your camera around.
Oh, we were good? Okay.
Yeah, turn your camera around. Let's see.
I'm going to show you real quick.
Yeah.
There it is.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
There it is.
Nice.
That is the first thing you see when you come in today, is all the Aristocrat slot machines. One of them that, of course, we see right by our studio, Frank.
Yep.
And that's the first thing you walk into when you come into Radio Row. How about that?
They want people gambling at all times. Nice. Now, how many people are there right now? Yeah, he said hundreds.
Okay, kill it.
He used a little sign language there.
Lost it. Move on.
Thank you, Jeff.
60 outlets are here, and they're only going to get more as the week goes along.
All right. And you're going to be hanging out there all afternoon, right?
All right.
All right, Jeff. Thank you. They should show this in that meeting. Anyway.
What a start. What a start.
All right. That was Jeff's at Radio Row. We're going to be doing all sorts of fun things. We got a video of some of the antics that happened last night. I have this Super Bowl cup right here. Had a nice little soda in there, and I kept it. Let's reuse it. I don't know why I did that. Like I'm a magician. See that? Nothing in there.
Nice.
Anyway, it was a good time. And by the way, Tom McClain has the coolest piece of memorabilia to show off when he's on. Because again, he's a Niners fan. We got to have a Niners fan on. I'm kind of wearing Niners colors on purpose. This is kind of like a brownish gold with the red. So this was for Tom.
Coordinated.
What are you wearing, man? Where'd you get that hat? That is sharp.
Yeah, my stepmom picked it up for me.
That is very nice. That is just you know what I like about that? It's Super Bowl 58. It's Vegas. It doesn't say Chiefs. Doesn't say Niners. I don't know if it's in the video that we shot. Did you show any of the merchandise shop we're in?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do have that.
There was some overpriced products there, but that's a sweet hat. It's got the logo.
Yeah. It's got a cool underbill too.
Oh, very nice. And last night was my first time in Allegiant Stadium. That's a really nice stadium.
Yes.
It's very nice. I mean, every time I've been in SoFi, it's been overly packed, so it's hard for me to compare the two, but Allegiant just seemed like there wasn't a bad seat in the house. Like even the upper deck are kind of hanging over the field. Wasn't bad.
I mean, really, any stadium in Vegas, there's not really a bad seat.
Yeah.
T-Mobile Arena, there's not a bad seat in there.
T-Mobile, I was where we sat behind the one goal. I felt like we were closer to the ice than some of the people. It was, they did the stadiums well. They know what they're doing. All right, so anyway, big show today. We have that video coming up. Today is February 6th, 2024. It's National Chopsticks Day, ladies and gentlemen. You're supposed to eat with chopsticks.
Kind of an Irish accent there.
Are you good with chopsticks?
Yeah, I can use them.
You can? All right, well, open them up. Let's see. So, by the way, to quote Jerry Seinfeld.
I already did.
You already did. To quote Jerry Seinfeld, who always says about chopsticks, he goes, the Chinese with chopsticks, they've seen the fork. They've seen the fork. Why? No, they stick with the sticks. And I brought you a fortune cookie. That has nothing to do with Chopsticks Day, but you have to go ahead and open your fortune cookie with the chopsticks. Or just open it like this. I'm just going to open it like this. I brought Ryan a fortune.
Crush it.
And let's see what you got, Ryan. Here's my fortune that I will read with the chopsticks. Removing it. Here we go. National Chopstick Day. Mine is psychics will lead police to your dead body. What? No. Okay. You will advance socially without any special effort. What's yours say? You're eating the cookie. You should always read the fortune before taking a bite.
See, I have a different
approach,
yeah.
Okay,
I have to eat the whole cookie before reading the fortune.
Oh my God. And these kids today, so high maintenance. All right, what's your Holy crap. All right, let me just go what else is going on. Let's see. Ryan and I are competing with the chopsticks.
Sorry for everybody listening to me too.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, Ryan and I, we like to compete on the show. We make wagers, we make bets. We are going to the NFL fan experience tomorrow, you and I, and we know there's a lot of like throwing football stuff and kicking stuff. So Ryan and I are going to do a little competition, aren't we? And we'll make some sort of wager. We'll come up with it. But I'm excited to go to the fan experience.
That's actually perfect because my fortune says tomorrow your creative side will shine forth with exceptional ideas.
Tape it up to the food passes. Do it. That one stays. That's a good fortune. There you go.
That is a great one.
Yeah, fan experience on Wednesday for us. Thursday night, I will be headed to the Dollar Loan Center, the celebrity flag football game. And as I mentioned last night, we had all sorts of fun and festivities with Jeff and I over at the stadium. And let's go ahead and roll that right now, right? Let's do it. All right, here's a little video we shot, Jeff and I, at Allegiant Stadium, opening night for Super Bowl week here in Las Vegas. All right, it's opening night at Allegiant Stadium. You can see the logo right there, Super Bowl 58. We're going inside. We're going to talk to some fans. We're going to see what the vibe is here in Vegas. It's very cold, but let's go. Let's go Lions! We got a Lions fan. Show the Lions fan over here. She, I don't know. I'm not sure if she saw the final score of last week's game, and she's not sure. You realize I was rooting for you. I love your hat. Anyway, all right, it's not Detroit. It's San Francisco and KC. Let's go in. Allegiant Stadium, first time in. Here we go, opening night. Everybody clamoring to be near the Lombardi Trophy. Of course, as a Steeler fan, I'm only impressed when I see 6 at a time. Oh, Ryan, Bears fan. He's like, look, there's one from 85. Okay, we're in the merch store right here. This one kind of caught my eye right here. Check out this hood. It's not even a hoodie. It's got the Nike logo there. It's got a good pouch that I could keep all the parlay cards from the South Point. Let's take a look at the price here. I'm going to guess 99. And I was off. 250. Oop, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, it was Jeff Parles that I bumped into. Yeah, that's the 250 shirt. We're gonna move down. Hey, I got my souvenir cup already. So Travis Kelce right here. Much larger than he looks on TV, but Travis, have a good game, buddy. I'm betting the over receptions. So I just ran into Melanie Wilking, who I follow on TikTok and Instagram and everything. Now, I know Austin Eckler is playing in a poker tournament. Is he ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he loves poker.
Now, are you rooting for the AFC team here, or are you rooting for the NFC team? Who are you rooting for?
I am neutral.
Okay.
No, I would only be rooting for the Chargers.
All right, next year, Chargers.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Have a good time here in Vegas, Melanie. Thank you. So I have to kill 5 days. I'm trying to think rafters. I'm trying to find a bathroom that I can sleep in. That way I save $10,000. But they're playing the dance version of Van Halen right now. Players are about to come out for interviews. Pretty cool atmosphere. Jeff Parles, what do you think?
There are a lot of people in here.
There's a lot of people. Is there?
Hearing the press conferences from afar.
All right, we're going to try to get closer.
We're gonna get closer. We're gonna try to get Frank right on the C in the Chief logo.
Let's do it. When you go over here,
There's
Kermit. Kid just asked some good questions. Travis. Coach Reed. We call this the State Farm Row. And where's Jake? Jake from State Farm? He's up there. There he is. That's him walking right there. There's Jake. I didn't give him a good seat. All right, I'm inside the stadium, and the most annoying act they could possibly have on right now is a drum line from America's Got Talent. Probably not the best time to be shooting content, but as you can see down here, let's see if we can. That's Guillermo from the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Hey, I'm playing the club May 16th, May 17th, Guillermo. Well, that's it from Super Bowl 58's opening night. Me and Jeff Parles had a blast. We ate, we drank, we bumped into people, we did fun stuff, and I think you guys were ready for the game, right? 5 nights away from Super Bowl 58. Punchlines and South Point Studios is your home for inside content. A lot of stuff coming up later this week. Keep on watching. Yay, there you go. Yeah, that was fun.
Great piece.
That was great. And you led with the Bears piece. That was good. That was good editing. Good editing by Ryan. Look, Ryan, thank you, by the way, Ryan. I can take these off for a second. Ryan, I send everything back in pieces, and then you put it together. It's like a puzzle. But, I mean, when you have so many perfect pieces to play, I mean,
yeah, perfect.
You're going to lose a few.
Play.
By the way, I love Jeff Parles. Probably the worst cameraman ever, right? There's some shots that, I mean, we try. I looked at, and I'm like, well, we can't use this. I don't know what Jeff was looking at the time, but
probably Melanie.
Melanie, what? By the way, how much of a creeper am I? I'm like, hey, I know you from TikTok and Instagram, but she's engaged to Austin Eckler, so she does a lot of stuff and goes to Charger games, and I bet very sweet girl. So ran into her. By the way, it is episode 83, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it to 83. We hope to continue to do it for many more episodes. Keep you posted on that. Ryan has made yet another fantastic collage, and I believe you have 84 and 85 already loaded. You've been working ahead, right? Yep. This is baby stuff, right? You got time, you got to do it.
Yeah.
What's the over-under of sleep hours you've gotten?
Like total?
Tonight.
Last night? Probably 5.
5 hours. That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
What about Tiff? Is she getting more than that?
No.
No.
Baby always wants to eat.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got to be supportive. You're doing a good job. I know you're doing a great job. All right. But he texts me at weird times. I never used to get text from him after like 9. Now, 1 o'clock. Hey, what's up? He's like, hey, you up? I'm like, whoa. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. 83. Oh, you got Wes Welker in there. Wes Welker, so annoying to watch play, right? He was a Dolphin. Then he was a Patriot. And then he went to, where else did he go?
He went to Denver.
That's right. He played with Peyton Manning. I think he won a ring with Peyton Manning, right?
He did not win a single ring.
Oh, that was the game they lost to Seattle.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, Wes Welker was that guy you love to hate, because he was small, always making big catches, big clutch catches, although he had that one in the Super Bowl that he dropped that might have helped them win the Super Bowl that one year. But
he played for 5 total teams.
Yeah, what were the other teams?
So,
Jets?
First, drafted by the Chargers.
Oh, wow.
Dolphins, Patriots, Broncos, Rams.
I do not remember him on the Rams. Do you remember him on the Rams?
Not very well, no.
No.
I think that might have been the same year that Danny Amendola had the big year.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was, because they had the 2 little white receivers, and that you'd be like, which one's which? Willie Gault. We mentioned, this is like 2 shows in a row, we've mentioned Willie Gault.
Yep.
There are no 2 shows on television or on the internet that have mentioned Willie Gault 2 days in a row, except for Willie Gault's podcast. But anyway, the reason we mentioned Willie Gault is because Willie Gault is going to be at the NFL Celebrity Flag Football game on Thursday that we're going to. So we can talk to Willie Gault. And he was a celebrity contestant, played for charity on Street Smarts, game show I hosted a million years ago. So Willie Gault and Andre Reed. Those were the 2 guys. I didn't realize Reed was 83. They were on the show together. So there you go. 2 number 83s. I know Reed finally made the Hall of Fame. I remember asking him, he had just retired maybe a few years before. I'm like, are you going to make the Hall of Fame? He's like, I better make the Hall of Fame. He's look at my numbers. And he was right. I mean, you look at his numbers. It took him a few ballots. But when he played, he was the go-to guy for Jim Kelly when they had those 4 Super Bowl
87
appearances.
Career touchdowns.
How many?
87 career
That's touchdowns. A lot of touchdowns. By the way, Antonio Brown, for some reason, I was looking at his stats today. He had 83 touchdowns. Antonio Brown probably should be.
Save it. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
He wore 84.
Yes, he did. You're right.
You
Amongst other numbers. He wore 81 and 17,
yeah.
Which I didn't remember 17, but that was for his week with the Raiders. I don't know. Let's see who else. Ted Hendricks. Wow, Ted Hendricks. I believe his nickname is the Mad Stork.
Yes.
Wow, look at me knowing the Mad. I remember the Mad Stork. He was huge. He was bigger than nowadays. He would look like a tight end, but back then he was like an intimidating player.
He was on the All-Decades team for the 70s and 80s.
Was he really?
Yep.
Wow. I remember he played a long time. And again, the Raiders were always on TV. And Ted Hendrickson, the Mad Stork, man. I just remember that nickname. And I hated him because he was on the Raiders, but he was really good. He made the all 70s and 80s teams? What did I just say? What happened?
Nothing. I was laughing at Tom.
Tom? I saw it too. Tom's thirsty. That's all we're going to say, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Coming on.
Oh, my God.
We'll have him do that when he's like, I had to take a shot at that quickly.
Great flash.
Oh, my God. He's hydrating before his appearance. And last but not least, number 83. Gotta do that for Heath Miller. You chose the Bumblebee uniform, the Steeler Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I personally liked those.
I didn't like them at the time.
Yeah.
Looking back, they
were pretty cool. The Steelers also had a throwback
really
uniform to the 30s, I think, and it had a giant leather patch on it. They were horrible. They were really ugly to look at. But apparently when they created these uniforms in the 30s, that leather patch was meant to help hold onto the football. The leather on leather.
Yes, it doesn't
I don't
move
know.
well. Yeah.
Do you know anything about leather on leather? It's a long silence.
Phrasing is crazy. Moving on.
Yeah, I was just talking about. Oh no, and anyway, they had but I like the Bumblebees. Reno Paul's probably watching. Oh no, I don't think he is watching today. I think he actually got a written note for me to excuse. Oh no, Bob Dell's not watching live. Reno Paul might be there. Anyway, good afternoon, Frank. Hey, Joey B. Good afternoon, chat. We love that you're always there spearheading it. That was all 49er fans. Yeah, there were a lot. Yeah, Mini Dar brings up a good point. It was a lot of 49er fans. Because if you saw Travis Kelce, when he came out, they introduced him, he got booed. But you know what Travis Kelce said? I love the booze more than the chairs. You know who also loves the booze more than the chairs? Matt Everett, just walking in. You know who just loves the booze?
Don't booze and cheers go together?
Booze and cheers. That's it. Booze and cheers go together. The show Cheers. Look at Ryan pulling out an 80s reference. Parles on a burner phone from Radio Row, says Joey B. Anyway, we appreciate everybody. Hey, Frank, I sent me. Got your email. Daniel Pacheco. I was in a cowboy. Yeah. Okay. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A good show already. We had the video. We had a live hit from Jeff from Radio Row on his BlackBerry.
An attempted one. Yeah.
And I'm going to bring on our special guest. I have to grab the headphones, ladies and gentlemen, again. Oh, and as I pulled up the headphones, a tissue came out. It's always a good time to clean. Jeff wears these. I got to clean them up. Matt, do you wear these too? Oh, God. How much hair gel is going to be on these? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy that he could make it back. He was here a couple weeks ago. He told us a very funny story about being flown in because he was a member of the Share fan club because he loved joining fan clubs. And ladies and gentlemen, there he is, Tom McClain, baby.
Yeah,
Uber 49ers fan. Look at that. Look at those decorations. And there it is. Yeah. Drink it up.
Straight out the 2-liter.
What is that? Is that Mr. Pibb? That didn't look
Dr.
like a
Thunder?
This would be the Walmart version of
Diet.
Diet.
What the hell is Dr. Thunder? And Ryan, why do you know about Dr. Thunder?
I could just read.
Oh, okay. I have never heard of Dr. Thunder. I didn't realize it's a Walmart Diet Dr. Pepper, basically.
Essentially,
yes, sir. You got to take some of it in, man. Go hit your local Walmart, get you some Diet Dr. Thunder. Just don't go to mine because they tend to run out.
I need something for my Super Bowl cup here. Now, listen, there's no logo on here, Tom. I got a Super Bowl cup, but I did wear Niners colors for you today. As you can see, I kind of have a golden T-shirt with the red on, so I wanted to welcome you and make you feel comfortable. What jersey are you wearing today? Always fun to know.
Oh, yeah. Today I am wearing a Ronnie Lott. That's correct.
All right.
Just the hardest hitter of all time, as far as I'm concerned, man. It used to be amazing. Him finish off. It was one of those things where, like, at the end of every play, you always saw 42 in the mix. Every single play.
That is true.
He was never took a play off. I love him.
Now, you'll be able to settle this urban legend for me. Did he have the finger cut off so he didn't need surgery, or is that he is missing part of a finger, right? What was the story behind that?
Yeah, he did. The story's been exaggerated. Yeah. There's stories that somebody grabbed some tinner snips and snipped it off on the sideline. That didn't. But he did have his finger amputated because the recovery time would have been too long and he wouldn't have been able to play. I believe it was in a playoff game, and so he's like, take it off, and so it's like from just the tip of his finger.
My God, and it's true. They didn't use anesthesia. They used Diet Thunder. They used Dr. Thunder or whatever. What is that soda called again?
Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder. Yeah. What school did Dr. Thunder go to? Where did he get his degree from? Where is that? DeVry or Phoenix Online?
University of Phoenix.
University of Phoenix for sure. All right, so listen, I mean, we're what, 5 days away from the Super Bowl. It's here in Vegas. I got to go to that fan experience. I don't know if you saw the video, but it was really cool. A lot of fun. How are you feeling? Are you nervous right now? Because right now it's okay. It's by the way, let's point out the line right now, Ryan. It's 2 points, right?
Yes.
Niners are -2, and we want to point out the technical stuff that we want to point out about the bets at South Point. It's -105 for straight bets here. All right, you're not going to get that anywhere else in town, correct?
Correct.
And then what's the 10-cent straddle we want to talk about?
So the 10-cent straddle that was for the money line.
For the money line,
Yeah,
okay.
the spread is the -105.
Okay,
And then
right.
the money line is a 10-cent straddle. So -125, you get the extra 10 cents on the other side. So instead of plus 105, it's going to be plus 115.
Right. So, and by the way, as Jimmy Vaccaro pointed out right before the show, nowhere else in town are you going to get those numbers.
Right.
So if you're going to bet the Super Bowl, you want to come to South Point. We're 6 miles from the stadium. Come down here and make your bets. Nobody but South Point. So let's just call it a pick'em game for well, just let's talk winner. Obviously, you're rooting for the Niners. How are you feeling? You a little nervous? What's your vibe right now? Because the Chiefs seem to have all the numbers and all the trends going their way.
I'm excited. I don't think nervous is would be a way to describe any. I don't feel nervous at all. I guess that's a weird way to say it. But I feel like that they're a team that their time's finally come. I mean, they're they made it to the Super Bowl a couple times with not the best quarterbacks, and now they've got their guy Brock Purdy. He's just nails, and not everybody can see it yet. And I think more and more people saw it during the championship game. But there's just something about him. You never feel like you're out of the game with Brock Purdy under center, and so that makes me actually really excited. I know it's going to be a fun game. I know Kansas City likes to start out slow and pick up as the game goes on, just like the 49ers. So I think we're in for like a lot of fun. But I do think the 49ers are the better team. I think that that these guys really felt shorted last year by the way things ended in Philly. They've kind of been on a mission all season, so no nerves at all when it comes to this game. I'm excited, and I fully expect them to handle their business.
Now, where are you going to watch the game from? Right there in your cave, or?
I'll be watching the game with my kids. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll be watching, and that's always my preferred place because they're used to the way I act during games.
And how is that?
Even when I turn into like the coach where I start yelling at them what they need to do and stuff, and it's probably pretty embarrassing. So it's one of the reasons I don't like.
I love it. So listen, Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. A lot is being made about that, right? He was the 7th round pick. Be honest, when he was drafted, I mean, you had Garoppolo and you had Trey Lance, right? So I mean, were you even aware of Brock Purdy, or you're like, okay, this is a camp arm, as they call it, some guy that's going to come in and whip the ball around to spread the ball around during training camp, and then he's gone, or maybe practice squad?
I was aware just because I followed the draft, but I don't. I obviously didn't think that he was going to become anything like he has. Like you just kind of hoped that he had what it took to make the team. Paul Salata, a 49er player from the 1950s, is the one that kind of came up with the whole Mr. Irrelevant and the week that they have down in Newport Beach. So I've always kind of followed the Mr. Irrelevant thing. The last quarterback I remember drafted was Chandler Harnish. So I thought Chandler Harnish was drafted by the Colts. And I just remember thinking that it was kind of cool that the 49ers selected, Brock Purdy with that pick, and Paul Salata's daughter was the one that actually came out, and this was pretty cool.
And we showed the fake out video where he knew he was getting drafted, but he didn't tell his family, and he goes in the living room and he gets drafted. It was a great moment. Excuse me. So let's talk about another quarterback. Let's talk about Joe Montana. Let's talk about Dwight Clark. Let's talk about the catch. You sent me a picture, and I posted it on Twitter last night. We got to see this helmet that you have. And you got to tell us the story behind this. You can grab it. Don't knock over the Dr. Thunder. Watch the Dr. Thunder, ladies and gentlemen.
There was this great game in 1982 in January with
the catch.
I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah, we can see it great. Yeah, we can see it great.
It's got it was inscribed by Clark with the play, and he wrote all kinds of stuff on there. So that's my favorite piece, and I usually keep it put away, other than this time of the year if the 49ers are being relevant, because we want to keep it out of the sun.
That's amazing.
There's another one. That's the one that usually faces it during the Super Bowl party. Joe Montana,
3-time Super Bowl MVP. I love that. But that's amazing that Dwight Clark actually took the time to write out the diagram of the play.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's
I
very
love that.
Cool. Is that your most prized? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, yeah, it is probably as far as my sports collection. When I think you know that where my house was like a half a mile away from the Thomas Fire, and when that took off, it was like, okay, I got to grab my helmet, then I got to figure out where my kids are, and then we got to get out of here.
Priorities, ladies and gentlemen. It's priorities as a football fan. That's hysterical. So we're in Vegas. Do you know anybody coming to the game? Do you have any Niner friend fans that are coming to the game that you know of?
I don't have a lot of billionaire friends, so no, I don't know a lot of fun. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, and I know a lot of people that are going to a lot of the events this week and stuff, and it's kind of it's exciting, man, because you got the 49ers and the Chiefs on the Raiders home field. Raiders fans, it's got to be driving them crazy.
oh, for sure. Like, last night. What's that? Yeah, they're using
in the Raiders locker room.
In the Raiders locker room.
Yeah,
Now
the Raiders logo painted over with the Super Bowl logo and the Chiefs logo.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh my! And I know the fields. Now, have you heard about this practice field stuff? The Chiefs are using the Raiders facilities, right? Because they're considered the home team. The Niners are out at UNLV, but there's a rating. The way they measure turfs, and it's supposed to be a 50 rate.
Hardness.
Yeah,
scale.
the hardness. And San Francisco's saying that it's too soft. Kyle Shanahan came out and said, "Nah, that's all crap. We're fine." But I don't know. Is that concerning you at all? Someone got bit by a coyote, which we'll probably talk about. We don't know who that is yet. But yeah, there's also, these are the head games that go on before a game, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that the rough practice conditions don't necessarily make you have a bad game, as long as nobody gets injured,
Yeah.
The 49ers used to practice in Rockland, which was like 115 degrees, in the summertime. And they did that through the 80s, all that time when they were winning Super Bowls. They were out there and they were, passing out from heat exhaustion, and it was just they were up against the worst conditions. But I think that made them a better team. So I'm not saying that a crappy field is going to make them a better team, but I don't think that it's going to really get in the way necessarily.
All right, now are you into any prop bets? Do you bet on the game? Is there any? Do you like first touchdowns? A big bet out here? Is there anything you're looking at?
When I'm in town, I always bet prop bets rather than any of the other stuff, just because it's more fun. I like to bet on a defensive player scoring the first touchdown. I can't remember which Super Bowl it was, but there was one where I won a prop bet, which paid for all the prop bets that I lost immediately following. But it was when it was a defensive score to start the game, defensive touchdown, I believe it was. It wasn't long ago. I was in Reno.
And by the way, that's the way that I look at the prop bets. You're gonna sprinkle around 15, 20 bets. You just want to break even. You just want to hit that one. Yeah. One of the big ones. You're going to lose some of them, but just if I can break even, it's fun. It makes the game way more fun. And again, I've pointed this out before. We have a booklet here. You can come down to the South Point Sportsbook, walk over there to the side of the counters there. This is 19 pages of props. Yeah, it's way over there. 19 pages of props. And as you can see, I've already taken Sharpies. I got orange, I got yellow. I'm making all sorts of bets. It's going to be fun to watch the game that way. And I'm going to be watching the game here.
How many T Swift bets are there? Are there a lot of Taylor Swift bets?
Nothing yet here. No, nothing yet here. I know we had one. There's one around town. What was it? Over under albums or platinum? It was. She has 10 platinum albums.
Travis Kelce versus her pop star girlfriend.
Right.
That's over at Stations. They've got her 11.
Platinum albums.
Yeah,
it's where he had
albums.
more or less catches than her platinum album.
Yeah,
so
less 9 or less, 10 or 11 or more.
I want to put $100 on her having a Giselle-like meltdown at the elevator. Can't throw the ball and catch the ball and tackle people and block field goals.
I remember that. My God. Well, she's paying $2.5 million for a suite, or $1.5 million. I think they gave her a break because whatever. But just for like 20, it's a $1.5 million. And the food's amazing in these. We're going to show it tomorrow. We have a video of all the food. We're spreading everything out over the week. But I mean, it's just, that's ridiculous. And everyone's like, oh, you can't believe the NFL didn't give it to her and all this. It's like, you know what? She's a billionaire. Let her throw the 1.5. Let her spend her money. It's fine. She'll be coming in she'll be jet lagged. Oh my God. Now you played a lot of big events. We always want to hear a Vegas story. You said you had a Vegas story about playing some sort of. Tell us your Vegas story.
All right, so check this out. UFC 194. Okay. I went to it was at the MGM Grand. I went with my buddy Carlos Alazraki,
who was on the show last week, by the way, and he was great. And by the way, I have to stop you real quick. Ryan and Jerry, who's on vacation, were crying because he was doing all the voices from their childhood.
Berries.
He kept saying, what was the word?
Berries.
Berries and
Yeah,
Spyro.
Mr. Crocker.
These guys, when they looked him up before the show, they're like, he did Spyro's voice. Mr. They were freaking out during Carlos, which the clip is available on our YouTube. If you click shorts, you can find the Carlos clip. These guys having their childhood come to life. They were crying. They were so excited. And that's because Tom gave me his information. So you can thank Tom for getting Carlos on the show.
Tom.
So anyway, back to the UFC story.
But let me throw this in there really quick.
Yeah,
since
take your time.
Carlos, we really, really want 49ers backup wide receiver Ronnie Bell to be suited and make a big play because having Carlos say "Yo quiero Ronnie Bell" is amazing because he was a top.
He bought a house with that Taco Bell stuff you said. All right, so tell us your UFC story.
Yeah, so we go and we get there kind of early during the prelims. I would say about 9 fights before the main event. As you may know, the 194 was the fight when Conor McGregor faced Jose Aldo. We got there and it was already packed. The arena was already packed. I don't know the best way to say it, but the Irishmen were already hammered by the time
as they do.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I'm trying to remember who it was that was fighting. I think Colby Covington was fighting some dude. He lost, and they were still already singing the ole 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 ole, and that was like constant through the whole night, right? And as the night progressed, it got louder and it got louder. I mean, you got Tiny Tornado Tisha Torres is fighting, and they're ole ole ole. And they're continuing. I've never seen people drink like this. I can't imagine how much the concessions made that night at the MGM Grand. And as you may remember, that fight lasted 13 seconds. Conor McGregor caught him with the first punch. Jose Aldo dropped. And the place just went bananas. They started dancing. It turned into this. Everybody was singing it. Not me, Carlos, and Carlos's wife, Laura. We were kind of terrified by the whole thing because it was like other land, right? And they were there was a couple of Irish dudes next to us. They were on the other side of Laura, and I was in the middle, and I think Carlos was on the other side of me. And they kept kind of bumping into her, and I go here, just trade places with me, so they'll bump into me because they'll bounce off of me rather than actually like put the kind of annoy me. So we switched spots, and sure enough, the first time they bounce into me, they bounce off of me and tumble down a couple of rows.
Now, that was a little bit of Tom's strength, but also a lot of the Irish juice there, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I'm not trying to take credit for beating up 2 dudes. So they tumble down, and we're like, okay, let's get out of here, right? We're trying to manage our way out of there as quickly as possible. I don't know how many people this arena seats, but there was the longest line, like a conga line of shirtless Irishmen. And I swear it went all the way down into the lobby and all the way out to where our car was parked. It was like this big old long line of drunk Irish dudes. It was absolute insanity. We got in the car, we left, and never talked about it again.
And you can see that Irish conga nightly at the Sphere during the U2 shows. It's the same crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Tom, we wish luck to your team. I think I read somewhere that they will win the game if you finish off that Dr. Thunder right now on camera. If you finish that off, the Niners will win. Oh, no, that's way too much. Never mind. That's way too much. I don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
All right.
The Chiefs are just going to be too much then.
No, don't. Tom, don't. Tom, that's enough. Yeah, there you go. Just a little hit. All right, Tom McClain. And you are at XL Comic on social media?
Yes, sir.
And you got some shows coming up. I saw who you had coming up at your Giggles sponsored shows. Who some of the comics? I haven't done it in a long time. I'm here now, but you're always staying busy with the stand-up.
This Friday, I have the lovely and talented Kira Sultanovich.
Oh, Kira. Oh, God. Kira Sultanovich is one of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that. That's Kira was on The Tonight Show a lot. She did the voice of that machine, that whatever. I've done so many shows with her. Yeah, the photo booth. Kira Sultanovich is one of the funniest comics out there. So if you're anywhere near his area or you want to see someone funny, Kira is very funny. We did a show. Kira and I did a benefit at a casino where it was just cops in the audience. And yeah, it was, we were both like, all right, this is going to be, it was the best show we ever did. Is that Kira right there?
Yep. According to
That's
IMDb.
good. No, she's very pretty. That's a good picture of her there. I've never seen her. She usually has the curly hair. Her hair's usually curly, but she had an updo there. All right. Anyway, an updo. Is that the right term? I don't know. All right. Anyway, Matt Neverett says it is. So Matt Neverett and Ann. Yeah, Dr. Thunder. Tom McClain, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck to the Niners this week, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Matt Neverett's checking in. We'll be right back.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. Bingo! And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books, 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza, plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book, over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
Oh my God, Tom McClain and Dr. Thunder. I didn't know Dr. Thunder. B-Town dummy. Let's go call him out. Kristen Hansen. Willie Gault was on Street Smarts. I'm sure he mentions that all the time, being a 2-time U.S. Olympian. Yeah, if you meet Willie Gault, be like, hey, I'm Willie Gault, played for the Bears, and I was on Street Smarts. Yeah, thanks a lot, jerk. Also, B-Town dummy, I believe Dr. Thunder is who Rocky wrestled in Rocky 3. Of course, that was Thunder Lips. And Jerry Trevino, by the way, my man Jerry. Jerry is on vacation. Jerry, you're on vacation. You're on vacation. Stop watching the show. He has a little wrench by his name. What's that mean? He's the administrator?
He's a mechanic.
Means he's well, you know, in the mob world, a mechanic is a guy who can fix things. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be top. Vinny! All right, anyway. Yeah, it was Hulk Hogan, baby. Yeah.
What are you doing with the chopsticks?
I don't know. It's National Chopstick Day.
Can we introduce Matt?
Can we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the host of Sports by the Book today and Mondays, Matt Neverett, is here. Our utility guy. He's here for everything. Matt, it's not Happy National Chopsticks Day.
I forgot mine.
Yeah,
I forgot mine.
I
Ann-
brought a set for him.
By the way, Ann was really ready to get me on set.
Yeah, she really was.
She wanted to get onto the shot. Yeah.
Well, if you need to fix something, Jerry's got a wrench.
Jerry's the guy.
Jerry wrote Hulk. Jerry and I have a love. We have a love for the Rocky movies, which has come up a few times on the show. And it was amazing. Hulk Hogan, baby. He goes, Thunder Lips in the flesh, baby. And then he wrestles with. You've seen Rocky 3, right? Okay.
I've seen all of them.
By the way, Ryan, this is how much free time he has. Man.
Yeah.
He you know, he badmouthed Star Wars. Were you here when he badmouthed?
I was
the
not.
original Star Wars?
I'm offended.
So he kind of said it was the worst one, right? He said it was the worst one.
Which one?
Star Wars.
Just
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Oh, New Hope.
The
Well,
original.
compared to the other ones, yes, but you got to take historical context into it. Ryan.
Matt is
Let
no
him
longer on the
finish.
show now.
Matt.
Can we cut to Jeff Parles at Radio Row again, please? He's got the newborn baby, right? He re-ranked all the Star Wars movie.
Okay.
New Hope jumped from last to like what?
Fourth.
Like fourth. And by the way, he doesn't go by titles when he sends me his re-ranking. It's 7426391187.
7 is definitely not the top.
What?
7 is
No,
definitely
it's
not
No,
the top.
certainly not.
Empire Strikes Back, which is 5. That's number 1.
Now, if we're talking storylines, New Hope is up there with the upper echelon.
It set the stage.
Of
for
course.
everything.
It's all about the historical context. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the new ones either. The first new one that they came out with, I liked just because I grew up with Star Wars and was really excited for it.
Is this the one with the little kid, the little Anakin, or are you talking about new?
No, seven. Whatever the first new one was after they came out with the
Rey
initial
was
6.
Introduced.
Right. And cut off on me. I'm going to use the chopstick to scratch my back. Hold on.
But it was, great visually, but the storylines, leave a lot to be desired.
All right, we'll get off of Star Wars right now.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry appreciates that we stop talking about it.
Yeah, Jerry hates Star Wars.
Yeah, he's
all about Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's not a fan.
All right, Jerry, we're doing it. Hey, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some posts with punchlines. We have Matt and Everett here. Might as well bring him in. Do we have the graphic? Yep. No? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's talk about Brazilian cheesesteaks, ladies and gentlemen. Brazilian cheesesteaks. Because it was announced last night while Jeff and I were at the Fan Fest, the Eagles are the host team for the first NFL game in Brazil. What do we think about this? There we go. Commissioner Roger Goodell. By the way, did you see the Goodell press conference at all?
I did not.
Softballs, the layups that they were throwing at him.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it was all like invited guests. It was ridiculous, but and then they're trying to say, he earns this $60 million a year. What? And he talked about scripted. He talked about Taylor Swift. Yeah.
That was a crazy question.
That was weird.
And then he deflects it, and no, Taylor's a big personality herself.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that doesn't answer the question, Roger.
Yeah. Is the NFL scripted?
It's an entertainment business.
It is an entertainment business.
So
now the word like wrestling, that's not scripted.
Which wrestling are we talking
about?
about?
All right, so anyway, the Eagles will be playing on a Friday night, September 6th, in São Paulo, Brazil's largest population with about 12 million residents. The Eagles will play an opponent yet to be determined. Now, here's the scary thing. It could be either the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Green Bay Packers.
Suck.
There you go. Those teams, along with the Eagles, made the playoffs last season. So anyway, it could be the Steelers possibly in Brazil.
That's interesting. And the fact that the Panthers are even on this list, I mean, that's an insult to Brazilians everywhere. You got to give them a good matchup, right? The first game. Did you know that outside of the U.S. and England, Brazil is the NFL's third biggest market because of the population and how much the sport is growing in South America? Yeah. Well,
the NFL knows. They're smart. They're going to have a game there.
I think it only makes sense to put Green Bay down there because you can't sacrifice the Pittsburgh-Philadelphia rivalry.
Yeah. Keystone State rivalry there.
You can't sacrifice that to Brazil. And then you can't put any division matchups because then the home field disappears.
They lose the game.
I mean, there have been 43 international games, and only 6 of them were division matchups. 2 of those were the Jags sacrificing their own home games. The other 2 in Mexico City were just short distance between the Chiefs and Chargers, and then the Niners and Cardinals. And then the Jets and Finns played in 2015 in London, and then the Panthers and Bucks played in 2019 in London.
What a barn burner.
Yeah, that's good information right there, Ryan. Thank you very much. And the first thing I thought of was, is Jason Kelce going to retire or not? Because Jason Kelce, if he's on the roster for that game, he's going to be wearing one of those skimpy bathing suits that the Brazilians wear down there, right? The men wear those banana hammocks. I think we have a artist rendering the Eagles. Now, you made this last night, Ryan? Did Tiffany walk by at any point when you were making this and go?
No, she actually went to Sonic to pick up some ice cream that she wanted, which she ended up not getting. But no, she did not.
Okay, she wasn't around when you made that?
Yeah, that would have been a little weird.
Probably for the best.
That was great. Excellent. So I don't know. I mean, by the way, Kelce will go as an ambassador of the game, even if he's not on the active roster. And I guarantee you, we are being we're foreseeing the future here on this one, right? Mark the calendars that we did this on February 6th. That will happen. He will wear that outfit. That is a picture that is fake by Ryan, but
it's a real picture.
Real picture, but okay. Well, it's been altered. Is that what I have to say for legal reasons?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
Why are they outside a trailer, by the way?
So that was for the ESPN body issue.
Oh, God.
In 2018. The whole offensive line, did the...
Oh, I thought that you just did a phenomenal job photoshopping the heads on there. That's a real picture.
That's the actual Eagles O-line.
Phenomenal.
But you put the banana hammocks on them.
Yeah, the black stuff around the masks.
Right. And you said Sports Illustrated. What is that?
I don't know.
You said ESPN. I don't remember what you said. All right. Anyway, the Funko Pop. Now, we talked about it. We after he was shirtless and jumping and drinking beers in Buffalo, someone did a mock-up of what a Funko Pop would be of Jason Kelce doing that. So guess what happened? You said, and I remember we sent it to each other, and you're like, yeah, it's just someone on the internet having fun. Oh, no. They're actually doing it.
And it's sold out.
Of course it's sold out. Who wouldn't want that? It's a limited run, and all the money's going to charity, I believe. But look at that. Would that not be the best Funko Pop?
If you're an Eagles fan or have a relative that's an Eagles fan, that's a keepsake.
That is
a lifelong keepsake.
Leave that in the package.
Yeah.
I have probably a half a dozen Funko Pops. Mostly, I have Prison Mike from The Office.
Of course.
I have Nightman and Dayman from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I have a couple other, I have a Creed Bratton one. I have a couple other Office. Mostly just The Office and Only Sunny, but they're great.
No, I love the Funko Pops. I don't own any, but I've given probably over the years about a dozen as gifts.
Great gift.
I got two brothers that are kind of into the same thing as me. Girlfriend, I gave one to my mom one year. Like,
which one did you give to your mom?
Which one was it? I think it was.
Hold on, let me text her.
Yeah.
She's on my favorites.
It was an actress. Who was it? Oh, it was Betty White. Like 10 years ago. This was a while ago.
Wow. Betty White's even a Funko Pop. You know what we need? We need Punchline Funko Pops. Get on that, Ryan. And
Jerry?
Jerry, damn it! Yeah, I love that. That's actually all right. Hail Caesar's Palace. Hail Caesar. Say, we got to point out, we like talking about what's going around town in Vegas. Have you seen the projection that they put up on Caesar's Palace?
Yeah, I actually drove by the other day on Flamingo and the Strip, going west on Flamingo, and they've got a really cool TV set up in the pond right there on the corner.
Wow. Yeah, I was there too, and I looked up at the Caesars, and there was these green images projected, looked very alien-like, and I pointed out that, well, that's just a test pattern. They're trying to. So there it is. You can go by Caesars. What does it say? Every half hour, Ryan?
Yep, every half hour.
Every half hour, they're projecting these images. That is cool, and that's right near the Bellagio, so you got full entertainment right there. But that is super cool.
Wow. My question is...
And the rains were heavier than I thought yesterday. Look at it.
Oh, I mean, it's still raining outside.
No, I'm joking. What were you going to say?
My question is for stuff like this, are they testing it now to be able to do something like that, permanently? We're starting to see the Mandalay Bay and Delano just put in LED lights kind of going all the way down the side. The Rio changed theirs, but they're revamping the whole thing. I saw that even the Strat is doing some cool kind of projection things going all the way up the white column there. So I think that they're kind of just using these almost as testing grounds for, future projections. You can sell that. We've seen what has happened with the Sphere and how much they're able to charge for advertising.
Wow. What about the Luxor and the giant Dorito, by the way?
Yeah, exactly. Which I know we've talked about it on this show. Hate the way it looks. It's so kitsch and so cheesy, both literally and figuratively. But whoever thought of that, the marketing guy that thought of that needs a raise and then some.
Someone who was stoned out of their mind.
Absolutely.
They were just looking and going, oh,
man,
that's a giant Dorito, dude.
I wish.
Buble.
Ryan with the zinger.
And then he realized he was at the NHL All-Star game.
Yeah, right. Sure, Michael. By the way, they dropped this. There are screens on Caesar's Palace. They have to have something to project it on. So there's like some sheer... screens that they're projecting the images on. But what if you came to town for the Super Bowl, you're staying at Caesars, you asked for a view of the Bellagio and the waters in the Strip, and you come out, and now there's a sheen over your roof or your window.
You're paying big bucks, you expect no sheen.
It's a motto to live by, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's Drew Dog. Andrew, who works on the show, that's it.
With the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the back.
Yeah, and he put, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. By the way, someone else, call the Luxor right now. Someone get Carrot Top on the phone. He'll make it happen. Get the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. The Luxor, I mean, it's genius. The Dorito, and very nicely done with the actual. And keep it nacho. Don't give me Cool Ranch and all that crap right there.
Salsa Verde.
What's that?
Salsa Verde.
Yeah, you like that's
the green bag. Yeah, that's my favorite.
I haven't had a Dorito in 2 months, so let's not talk about it.
The keto.
Doritos.
No, Dan. By the way, they could play movies on Caesar's Palace, right?
Yeah.
Put The Hangover on there some night at midnight. Midnight movies. Watch The Hangover. Get all wasted, then jump in the Bellagio fountains.
Caesar actually lived there, according to that movie.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought of it. I thought it was clever. Oh God, I almost lost my paper. Number 3, Matt. Tell me what you know about this. Coyote bites man, internet goes wild. We don't know. Why have they not identified who's been bitten?
I mean, we'll know who has a giant bandage on their hand come Sunday. My thing, and somebody brought that to my attention yesterday, is, hey, a player got bit. I need some context. Yeah. If he's out there offering him a Dorito, come and get it, come here, puppy, that's one thing. But if it
played from what was that?
That was the extra thing.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. Or do you want to show it right now?
Wait, if you want to do the coyote thing, we can do it.
Well, no, I mean, it's magic that we're doing here. But anyway, by the way, if it's Brock Purdy, another reason to take the Sam Darnold MVP, which is like plus 200, I think.
200 to 1, baby.
200 to 1. Take Sam Darnold. Maybe Brock Purdy shows up. He's got a bad hand.
But I mean, I need some context. And I saw on Twitter it said Coyote attacked a player. Now, if that's the case, that's just a freak accident, whether they were in Lake Las Vegas or elsewhere, that's another thing. But I need a little bit of context before I make a full decision on that. Yeah.
I agree. And then last but not least, we did have this as a late entry. Kyle Shanahan apparently had a few too many beverages before last night. Is that correct? So here's a picture of him. Now look at the outfit, that jacket.
It's funny to hear Jed say that.
Same jacket, heavy eyes.
It wasn't the smartest moment I've ever had. I mean, when an owner comes in after training camp practices,
There's
it's like, hey, how's the quarterback? And what he means is the starter or the second. And you in irritation go, I don't know, but our third guy's the best. Like, that's not what he wants to hear. So that's why he remembers it very strong.
He's a little inebriated.
That sounds like it. He's normally very well spoken. Yeah.
And by the way, when this clip ends, right after he revealed the first 15 scripted plays of the game. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna help with Christian McCaffrey." You can tell the Chiefs are coming. They're not gonna stop us.
But if you know
the rambling, he has all the signs. Yeah, right there. Plus, later on, he was seen licking the side of the Luxor. So I think something. All right, so. Today is a big episode for you guys, right? You got Sports by the Book. What's going on Sports by the Book today?
Yeah, Chris Andrews is going to stop by. Arash Markazi is going to come on via video call. Long time. You might know him from LA. He's spent a long time in LA as a writer for LA Times, ESPN. He's now running his own company, The Sporting Tribune, covering sports in LA, Las Vegas, and Hawaii. He's in town. He's been on Radio Row all week. He'll be joining us from Radio Row to talk about more the culture side of the Super Bowl, just to talk about what it's looking like in Las Vegas, kind of in his experience, how this Super Bowl is different from others so far, and we'll talk some Lakers and Clippers as well. He's he follows those two teams pretty closely. So Arash Markazi, you can find him on Twitter at Arash Markazi. I would recommend checking out his tweets if you're interested in the Super Bowl at all. He's got some real cool stuff.
Cool, yeah, and just down on Radio Row, he'll be back tomorrow on Sports by the Book, and he's going to have some interviews that he did, and he's having a blast on. We had a really good time. That was the most time I've ever spent. Jeff and I were like hanging out.
And you said that's the second Super Bowl you've been to?
I was there
but first from a media capacity.
From a media capacity, yes. I was in Tampa Bay when the Steelers beat the Arizona Cardinals. So considered one of the greatest Super Bowls, and I saw two of the best Super Bowl plays ever. It's Antonio Holmes' catch, James Harrison's interception. It was awesome. So you were talking college basketball today on the show, obviously, as well. You said you had a couple picks. What do you got?
Well, the first one I'm taking a look at is going to be going on while we're on the air. It's a 3:30 West Coast tip-off between Ole Miss traveling to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks. I like the Gamecocks laying 3.5. They are one of the hottest teams in the country, winners of 8 of their last 10. Ole Miss laid an egg in the second half of their last game against Auburn. They got outscored 56-33 in the second half alone at home. So I think that hangover effect continues into this one. I've got about 6 plays right now. I'll have probably about 3 or 4 more throughout the show, but 2 that I'm taking a look at, 2 Big 12 dogs. We're going with BYU and we're going with Iowa State tonight. Think about them both on the money line. I have BYU rather on the money line. I did catch 2 points with Iowa State. Their last game against Baylor was a 2-point decision. They were down 2 with 1.5 seconds left. They banked in a 3-pointer to win it, and then it was called off because it was ever so slightly on the fingertip of the shooter. So they lost by 2. I think those 2 points are going to be important. But I'll give you my reasonings. But take a look at BYU and Iowa State. You can money line or parlay rather those 2 money lines at like plus 315 or something like that. So decent value on 2 teams. Pretty short dogs, both on the road, though.
Nice. Very good. Now, the prop bets, I know you and Alex talked a lot of props yesterday.
We're talking more today.
You got to talk more prop. I mean, is there one that's jumping out at you that you can talk about with Brian and I?
There's a couple that I'm looking at for sure. One of the main ones and one that I will bet is the second half under. 24 right now is the total here at South Point. Behind us, number 30-46 on the rotation number. The Chiefs 17-2 to the under in the second half, 18-1 to the under in the fourth quarter so far this year.
I heard that.
Best second half under team since 1991. So I like the second half under as far as a full game one. One other one that I'm going to take a flyer on just because I think it's an elevated number 31-15.
31-15.
Will at least one quarter be scoreless?
Yeah.
I see this game as
talking about this one,
lower scoring. I think it's going to be a pretty run-heavy game script, especially later on. I think one quarter to be scoreless at 4-1, which is what it is, at least on the packet right now. The numbers could have moved, but I like it at anything over 3-1. I think it's a really interesting prop. I think these two defenses are going to bend but not break. It's just a matter of how much they bend. And that's one that I've been talking about for the last week or so. I really like that. And the other one that I really am going to be taking a shot on and probably playing multiple units on, 31-83. What will the Chiefs do first, score or punt? Let me pull up the number here because we talked about it on the show yesterday. Here we go. The Chiefs have scored on their opening drive, just points in general, in 8 straight playoff games. That's the longest streak in the NFL since 1990.
Wow.
And I think that with 2 weeks to get ready to go, I think Andy Reid's going to have a pretty exotic game plan early. I think both teams pass early, run late, which is kind of the opposite of what we've seen in Super Bowls as of late. The other one, too, that I haven't played it yet, I'm going to take a look at the number. years and years, the last probably 3 to 5 years, I've taken no on will there be a score in the first 5.5 minutes. Books will offer to 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, and I've gone no. I think, like I said, this one's going to be high scoring and wide open early, and then running and slow it down late. I think that someone is going to figure out a way to score early, whether it's the 49ers if they get the ball first on their first drive. If the Chiefs get the ball first, I love someone to score in the first 5.5 minutes.
And you're saying no, but Usher will be saying yeah at halftime. Can you name 3 Usher songs?
Yeah, Let It Burn. Yeah. OMG.
I don't know OMG. Caden,
that's the one with Will I Am.
The one with Will I Am.
I think he opens with that. If it's not I think he opens with OMG.
Now these are props sometimes you can get around town or on some of the apps and stuff
Never
like
in
that.
Nevada. You won't be able to find
because it
halftime
could be
props
produced,
in Nevada.
right.
But in other states, if you're watching elsewhere, I think OMG or for first song. If you can get over 2.5 collaborators, I
feels
like
like
that.
a show closer though, doesn't it?
It's basic. I think
or
DJ
you want to come out hitting hard.
I think coming out hitting hard. The other one, sneaky. DJ Got Us Fallen in Love. The beginning of that one really hits.
Who had any idea that he would rattle off 6 or 7 Usher songs? Right?
I got more. I'm a man of culture, Frank.
I know. What would be the thing we'd be surprised to know that you're into the most, or musical artist that you're into the most?
Musical artist. I'm actually really into reggae music.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay. I've been listening to reggae since like middle school. Reggae, EDM. I like rap. I like rock. The only thing I really don't like is country, which does surprise some people.
Yeah, I'm good with almost everything except for jazz.
So I
like
play
jam jazz. Oh God.
I play the drums. So I actually grew up playing in jazz bands through school.
Oh God.
So
I said the wrong thing to the wrong person.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me being insulted.
You know what? I need a shot of Dr. Thunder. Someone get me some Dr. Thunder lasers on.
You got to try harder than that to piss me off, Frank.
I want to be Matt Everett. I always wanted to play drums. I play.
That makes one of us.
Wow. And unbelievable. All right. The one prop bet I just want to get your take on.
Yeah.
This is rotation 3457. It's longest reception in the game by Travis Kelce. They have it at 20.5 right now. Is it still 20.5 here? Probably right around there. Travis Kelce is obviously Patrick Mahomes' favorite receiver.
Yeah.
He always seems to have 1 or 2 busted plays where he's wide open. He finds it, like we said, Ryan, the other day, there's almost like he just goes out and Patrick knows where he's going to be.
Yep. Just finds the open zone.
Right. Just finds the open. He just finds the soft spot and sits there. And that seems like an over for me.
I like that because there's the yards after catch potential with him.
Yes, I mean and
he's the best in the league as far as tight ends go of finding the open space and as you said, just kind of sitting down. What's to stop him from doing that 10, 12 yards down the field and then busting another 10, 12 yards?
Exactly.
And that gets you over that.
And he is pumped up for this game, and he got booed last night. Did you see him getting booed?
No.
So when they introduced, it was predominantly 49er fans.
Yeah.
It's a location thing.
At this time of week, I think the Chiefs fans coming in later.
They're going to come in later.
Yeah.
Exactly. Although there's a lot of Chiefs fans around South Point. But anyway, so they introduce him, and they're booing him. And you know what he said? He goes, I like the cheers, but I love the boos more. They are pissing him off. What they are doing is making him angry right now. I like that one. There's quite a few. We'll get into them. We're sprinkling them through the week. Good show today. We want to thank Jeff Parles for that hit from Radio Row. Put that on our best of reel.
Single.
And then it's not Jeff's fault. We just didn't have a good. You know how many people are on the internet right now?
Yeah.
At that facility.
Bandwidth be damned this week.
Bandwidth be damned. A lot more funny stuff. We appreciate you guys watching the show. We're going to post that video of me and Jeff messing around last night. That'll be on our shorts. Kane does a great job of putting the comedy cuts. Butch Bradley yesterday told that great story about Prince. I don't know if you saw it, but
yeah, that was
did
great.
a commercial out with Prince, and you guys are circulating that and watching it, so we really appreciate it. And Drew Dog with the we got a Drew Dog mention. We got the
Drew Dog
Dorito in there, and Ann taking the shot of Tom's pregame Dr. Thunder drink. I'm gonna try. Does it taste like Diet Dr. Pepper, or is it just like a little Walmarty?
Only one way to find out.
I know. Where's there a Walmart around here? Is there one close?
There's one not too far from here, actually. Yeah.
I'm more of a Target man myself.
My favorite French market, Target.
Anyway, thank you for watching the show. Let's see if there's any live comments at the end. B-Town Dummies, thanks for always making me feel like a jerk. Oh my God, Matt's a stone. No, Matt's not a stone. What?
He was saying that because of the reggae.
Oh, because of the reggae. By the way, it's Bob Marley's birthday, was I think yesterday. And on Valentine's Day, that movie's coming out about Bob Marley's life, which looks really good.
I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Wednesday?
It's a weird day. Well, it's Valentine's Day. Maybe they're thinking, take your girl to dinner, smoke up, go see a movie.
There you go.
They are going to open some cannabis lounges in Las Vegas coming up. Just passed that law.
There you go. Bob Marley's final concert performance was in what city? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen, at the Stanley Theater. All right, thank you for watching the show. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, what's that?
We almost got clear without
Almost, Jerry. Screw Jerry. He's on vacation. I said it, Jerry. I know he's probably watching. Yep. Sounds like a show. Yeah, sounds like a show closer. Jerry and I are like, well, I almost poked myself out with a chopstick. National Chopsticks Day. Big guest coming later in the week. And Kevin Belenkoff, I know people want to know. Kevin will be here on Thursday. Joe D'Amico will be here on Friday. We'll get some props and their take on the game. So thank you for watching the show, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate you subscribing and getting our numbers up. Have a good night. Come back at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock for Sports by the Book with this man, Matt and Everett, and more fun videos tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Punchlines, Lines, live in Nevada, every show.